Hello there, this is a pick a pile reading around insight on an important relationship in your life or an important relationship that is affecting your life currently. This can be any kind of relationship. This can be a parent, a friend, sibling, so basically family. It can be love, it can be romance, it could even be like a teacher, a colleague, any kind of relationship or connection, okay? So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4 here. Whichever one calls to you, maybe more than one. That's your reading. The timestamps are below. And yeah, you guys just please remember to only take what resonates, leave anything that does not. If something creates negativity or confusion or anything fear-based, please reject those informations, okay? We only want to take on what resonates here. So yeah, much love. We'll see you guys there. Hello and welcome, pile 1. Hope you're doing well and in high spirits. Thank you so much for being here. So you're attracted to this deck, to this stone as well. Accompanying the deck, we've got red and blue, which is interesting. Could be something around foundations here, or a very physical kind of connection, that red energy, that root chakra. And also deep subconscious emotions, insight, something about illumination, just coming through right away. But let's go ahead and see who you're dealing with, or who this person is, what this relationship is about that is currently affecting you. For this could also even be a relationship in your past, from your past, or even a past life connection. All right, thank you, Spirit. Please show us the energy of this person. Who we're reading for has a connection, a relationship with, this person that's affecting them currently. Interesting. Seven of Wands was on the bottom of the deck as well when we just flipped it up. So definitely an energy here. There's an uncertainty or an unknown about this person, about their character, their behavior, if they've actually made progress, moved ahead, evolved in some way or not. Because it looks like they could have had tendencies towards, or could have been interpreted as somebody who could have been a bit manipulative, or even been in an energy of really lack mentality, which could have created some pain, some problems. They could have hurt you, manipulated you, or just been in an energy that you really didn't appreciate at some point. But it looks here like there's been some kind of clarity, or a desire for clarity and illumination around this person and in their own energy as well. They could have even been on a journey of illumination or something like this. And it's like they're still on the journey in a way, but there's a lot of uncertainty about where the journey will take them and what it means about their character and who they are. So I'm definitely getting something like this here. Okay, we've got strength on its side. Again, an uncertain kind of feeling of like, is this in flow? Is it in balance, or is it not? Is this person in control of their, monsters, or their temper, or whatever else, even their need to control, or are they not? Is this coming into balance or not? Sometimes this person could help you feel empowered and strong, and then sometimes the opposite, okay? Weak and vulnerable, or torn down, or angry, or hurt. And this person may feel this within their own self if they're not directly, making this happen with you here. This relationship, I feel like it's been many years for some. 10 years could also be a significant time frame, even into 11, 12 years. But it's like a relationship that could have been something where a person has had time to evolve and change, but there's still your own feelings about this connection and this person, and the uncertainty of where they're going and what it can mean for you. And also, I again feel like they're uncertain themselves about where they're headed and what this means. We're going to have some yard people in the back as we do this, you guys. I hope that you can tune that out okay. If it gets too much, I'll just stop it. The timing could be a little weird with this person too, or it could be hard to hear past like literally the noise of the hurt or the pain that has happened in this connection, because I am feeling that with the Five of Swords, I feel like at some point this was an upright energy. Like this person was in this Five of Swords energy, even if they're not now or not appearing to be now, okay? You've also grown and evolved in a way and have a different viewpoint on some things, which helps, but it shouldn't be entirely up to you in a way, or you may feel it shouldn't be up to you entirely to be the one that has to be, you know, strong or balanced or whatever. So we're also seeing this earth energy. This person could have like a moon, like a earth moon or something, be very even stubborn or very focused on the material pursuits. This could be a more masculine energy, even if it's a female, because I was kind of getting a mother vibe for a minute there. But it can also, I mean, any relationship, I mean, really any relationship. But there can be a feeling of wanting to be in control or in a leadership position or to be materially sound. Maybe this person thrives when their material world is really built up, when it's really, you know, secure and safe and things like this. There is a sense of optimism and emotional release and even offers around this person with the Page of Cups here. However, with the Star in reverse, there's a lack of illumination on their purpose, their goals, their dreams in a way, okay? I actually want to clear this. Thank you. How is this relationship affecting you now? How is this relationship affecting you who we're reading for now? Please and thank you, Spirit. How is this relationship affecting who we're reading for now? How does it affect them now? There's a focus on stability and self-improvement or investing in the self, okay? There can be fear to make emotional offers or accept them, but also a really strong focus on wanting stability with our emotional connections and offers. Wanting things to be open. There could be a lack of boundaries here as well, in accordance or connected to this relationship. And then there could be, sometimes you have a hard time feeling independent or able to independently invest in yourself in certain ways, not in other ways, but in particular ways when it comes to like what action to take, what motive to be in, what to do when it comes to, you know, your health, your well-being, your happiness, your passions, and like how to pursue this in a, maybe in a way that's not as limited as this person's viewpoint has been in life, or something different from the way they view things. For example, you may want to be an entrepreneur, you know, and really invest in your health and well-being, and like, or maybe you want to like eat food on ASMR, or like, you know, make up your own exercise videos and share them on YouTube. Like, it's this feeling, it's like there's a real uncertainty or hesitancy around doing this connected to this relationship. So we could just summarize this as self-doubt in some ways, or feeling inhibited or blocked to totally invest in the self. And it has to do with not feeling totally secure or stable or even trusting of the self. I feel a lot of deep energy in this connection that could be really hurtful. This could have been somebody around you a lot of your life as well for somebody. Or this could be a repeated energy, you know. They also could keep you in a place of waiting a bit, or being stuck, or always holding this passion out, waiting on a passion, waiting on something until you're free or until the time is right. This could also be affecting you in a nomadic way, which isn't negative or positive. It could be really nice that you travel around and stuff, but it's like there's something in waiting for you right now in a way, and it's partly because of this connection, okay? Anything else, please and thank you. Anything else on the ways that this is affecting you currently? Ooh, 10 of Wands in reverse. So this could be about setting a burden down for one, which is positive, or feeling motivated to do that. But there could also be where we don't feel like we want to put hard work into something, because again, I feel like there's a lack of belief in it or in ourselves. So this could affect your belief system in some way, especially when it comes to what you're able to achieve or how you're able to progress. Okay, definitely in the past energy, we see that this affected your clarity. It affected your optimism. It made you feel maybe like opportunities weren't around you, like a lack mentality, or like you couldn't accept them. It kept you in a place of, again, holding on, waiting, or holding on to something. And even in a place of lying to yourself or not being honest with yourself about what you really want because you didn't know how to. This could also be that, this person wasn't totally clear or honest with you, and now it's like you question others. Or you feel like you can't be honest with others in a way because your truth might be not accepted or shut down in some way or another. Other way that this relationship is currently affecting who we're reading for. Please and thank you. Yeah, this is like we have a hard time in a way to share or to heal things that are out of balance. Though we could be trying to heal the things that are unjust or unfair, the things that have been selective. It's like trying to heal that, okay? There's a resistance to healing in some ways, but a need to heal at the same time, and a natural healing that is occurring. Even if you feel a resistance to healing or really close connections that could heal this, or especially healing with this person, this is still happening in many ways, okay? But it could be hard to share or connect at a certain level with other people or even with yourself, in part because of this relationship and the way that it's affected you. Yeah, and here we have stuff that's come back from the past, and also truth. Walking through the door into truth here. Not feeling courageous or able to conquer things like resistance, or to tackle mean words or criticisms or pains or hurts in a way. And this is like there's a lack of motivation to build, to work on things, because there's like a real lack of belief beneath that in the self. Yeah, and here we have also like your generous, kind nature that could be very giving, can be very emotionally mature. It's a bit suppressed in all of this because we're in this energy of being more stuck on the past. We're seeing water energy coming through for you, so you could be influenced by water energy, or you could have a lot of emotional focus around this connection, okay? Or you could just be an emotional person in some way, even a perceptive person. But I'm seeing just a lot of lack of clarity going on here, a lot of hidden things emotionally, especially directly connected to this connection, and just you even suppressing parts of yourself and being really focused on the past pieces of things emotionally around this, which kind of stunts your growth, it feels at times, or it stunts your evolution at times. It stunts what you want to do. It's like, I want to do this, but then this thing is this block, or this relationship, it's feeding and fueling a certain thing that's stopping or creating resistance in a sense. Any other way this is affecting them now, please and thank you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So I would like to ask, we're going to get some advice here too, but I would like to first ask why this person behaved this way, why they treated you the ways they did that seemed to have a more negative impact. Without making an assumption or a statement out of anger. Whoa. There's a real divide between this person, a real resistance to integrating parts of themselves that they cast out, rejected, or like have determined are too painful to accept as a piece of themselves. This definitely reflects outward, and that's a pretty normal thing around fragmentation and rejection of self. So why does this person behave in these hurtful ways towards who we're reading for? Yeah, they have a lot of burden that they carry. A lot of things they haven't been able to let go of. A lot of shame, even guilt, burden, heavy things. A lot of work responsibility, perhaps. Heavy things in the physical world. Their path has not been easy at all. When it comes to, it's been kind of a hard path without a real direction. There's a lot of karma here as well this person has had to kind of experience or work through. There could also be a challenge with communication, and there's also like a very soul difference between you and them. They could be more logical and earth-based at times, and you could be more emotional or sensitive in different ways at times. This person also they don't see, they're unconscious in many ways. There's kind of a bit of an ignorance sometimes when it comes to just not being able to see certain things, and they're just blindly like trying to move forwards and through it, but like carrying all this weight with them in a sense. Clarify the Ace of Swords for why they've behaved this way. They could also have been it's like they haven't reached or received some kind of they haven't gotten the reward part of life, the joy part of life as strongly as they have the struggle. They've also dealt with like kind of a backstab energy, like the duality of life in a negative way very strongly in their path. So the duality of life could be like there was always a really intensely painful side of what they did. There could be a lot of fear that stems from that and gets projected onto you about that. We also see a lot of confusion, conflict, restricted and limited energy when it comes to action. And why is the Three of Cups here? There could be something around siblings as well for this person. Stuff that's hidden in their desires. They can't admit to themselves certain things for sure, whether it's that they want to celebrate, let loose, have a polyamorous relationship, or that they love their sisters, or that they don't, like, whatever it can be. There's many different things, but it's an energy of having mostly hidden truths inside here. And it can be around unstable connections. They can be afraid of what they don't know in a way, because it reminds them of how they've gotten hurt, and it scares them. And their own karma, their own shadow in a way can scare them at times. So basically, the negative things they've done are derived, which is not surprising, from fear and experience. Not just fear, but fear from experience and how painful some of those experiences have been to them as well. And I feel like they haven't really released a lot of their resentments. They carry a lot of this around. Any other reason why they treated who we are reading for in negative ways? What's behind that? Emotion over logic at times. And missed opportunities. Not having the full, material setup that they desire as well shows through here. Not feeling, there's something here about maybe they feel like you had better opportunities at times or in life than they did, or they didn't get the chance to walk through something. There could be some blame or resentment or guilt, or I feel like something about them though could trigger and stress you. And you may notice it in a physical way. I don't know why there's such a focus on the negative aspects of this connection. Let's see if there's any positive aspects of this connection as well. Any positive aspects of this relationship and connection currently influencing their life, please and thank you. Oh, there are positive aspects. So this has caused some kind of intense tower energy in your world. Massive change, upheaval. It's caused and forced you perhaps to look inward, to look at different things in a different way. And with the Ten of Pentacles here, one of the best cards in the deck, this is something about, this fits into your story somehow of happily ever after. Not just great love or something, but security, stability, family, power couple, having all that you need and more. Having a lot of your wants and desires met, and with somebody too, in companionship, in career, business, love, in all areas. Something about this has led you to this, even if it's, I feel it's indirect for some. Another thing it's in a positive way helps you to do is to dream, to have goals and visions, and to understand that you actually can reach this, to find your own self-worth, this Ten of Pentacles energy. It helps to pull you out of waiting as well. You might not be here now, but this helps to pull you out of an energy of waiting. For as hard as these energies can be when they come up, and negative or intense, it also means they're coming up because they can find some kind of resolve, or they can come up to be worked on. They're messengers, essentially. So, like this, it's very much like you are finally going to stop waiting on something and you're going to release yourself forwards. It is that feeling. And this is also beautiful. I mean, this is a positive thing, coming out of heartbreak, coming out of disappointment, sadness, lifting yourself up, rising up, feeling that strength come out of you, understanding and becoming stronger. Like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger comes to mind. Like, you rise up, you understand, you learn, you become. And here it's really is that. I mean, it's like you are equipping yourself and it's like you look back and be like, you know what, I can get through this because I got through that, and I do know how to handle this. I can handle this. It's that kind of a feeling. It's releasing yourself as well. Any other positive aspects of this connection? Interesting. This is like the contrast with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like priorities would be a key word here. This has taught you or helped teach you how to sort your priorities. And it's helped you to take risks, to go for great things, to transform your life and yourself out of restriction or lack into something super bountiful, but not for the purpose of it being bountiful, for the purpose of empowering yourself, lifting yourself out of emotional cages. And you've also understood that mental and emotional cages and pains are far more destructive than, for example, living in a weird situation where you're like in your car, or you are between homes or jobs. Like, it's like, yeah, but my mental and emotional health is more important than this in some way or another. Even if it's not that exact situation, it's like this has allowed you to break out of certain confines and limitations in the material world, which I feel this person is much more deeply strapped into, like the way that the material world works, and like everything is based on that. For you, it's based more on like psychology, mental and emotional, like well-being and different things, which ends up bringing you, ironically, the exact success that probably this person wants or has wanted, and I really don't feel for most that this is like a together thing, like you and this person. But if it is like a romantic relationship, though I'm not reading it this way, but it could be very much so that you find it together, I mean, that's very possible, or that you already have in a way. But there's a lot of strengths, a lot of self-empowerment that comes from this relationship in a positive way, okay? So let's look at to see if there's any advice for you around this relationship. Whoa. Boundaries are important. You don't have to integrate this energy into your world all at once. And balance is a really important key word there. There's a lot of strength in the way that you're able to balance things. And balance sometimes begins with our personal schedule. For some reason, I heard personal regimen. So what is the advice for who we're reading for in this relationship, please and thank you? We're not in it, but just, involving with it. Pulling yourself out of, basically empowering yourself out of anything that is like lack mentality, victim mentality, even working on your resources and things to expand yourself, but through love. Not through fear or lack, but through love. In a way, you almost teach by like showing how you are able to expand your resources and your world through love rather than fear or survival is super profound and powerful for this person. Very powerful. Never underestimate the power of what you value, like your emotions and your mental world and well-being. Because the Empress energy is very much like on top of her world. She's really moving and operating from a place of love, and she's greatly, she's very fertile. She has a lot of ideas, a lot of fertility. And Nine of Pentacles is letting you know that things you've invested a long time in, your long-term investments, do have a great payout. Even if you change your relationship to these or let them go, nothing is ever wasted. So go for the things that you want to invest a long time in, because you can believe in yourself. You can trust in yourself that what you hold dear, what you are gravitated towards, what you're attracted to, even if it doesn't logically fit with what you know to be, these things have great, great value and outcome in your life and in your world. Any other advice for who we're reading for? Things that make you feel confused, argumentative, full of conflict, limited, especially when it comes to where do I go, what action do I take, what decision do I make, what passion do I pursue. These things that make you feel that confusion and that conflict, shift focus away from these things, people, whatever it is, and shift focus onto your own personal love and happiness and expansion. Even avoid these people for a bit, or these things for a bit. Find peace within yourself as well would be a part of that. Set the intention for that. Move at your own pace. Try to abandon this notion of this has to go this pace. This has to be fast or slow, or this has to be at this time frame. Like, if that helps you, that's fine, of course. But like within reason, within context, like abandon these things of like deadlines, I hear. Abandon deadlines. I feel like it's like abandoning a certain structure that was passed on to you from this connection in a way. Any other advice? You're allowed to find love, things you love, people you love, that allow you to feel a sense of rest and reprieve and tranquility and peace. You're also allowed to move towards what you love. You're encouraged to move towards what and who you love. Not everything is about walking away or leaving something behind or having to give up things to go towards other things. Sometimes you can have everything, in a sense. You've got a nice, beautiful fire energy here, the King of Wands. And try not to reject or neglect the parts of yourself that remind you of the person that has hurt you here, or this person that is, there's been something tricky about this dynamic. We all go through times of unknown and not being able to see, and that's okay. It doesn't make you that person, even if we can be like each other at times because we go through similar things. Taurus energy there. Come out of your head, your anxieties. Try to come out of this overthinking energy and try to listen to the wisdom in your soul. Get grounded and connected to earth, and this will help you hear that, okay? This will help you go forward. This will help guide you through the unknown night, the unknown abyss, even through the harder times as well. You are made in a way to be in charge, large and in charge, like an entrepreneur type, or running your own thing in a unique way. You have the motivation, drive, and passion. Some of it's just been hiding behind resistance, which resistance that is built from a lack of self-belief and self-doubt in different things, based on a very strict kind of regimen or schedule or mental concept connected to this person, connected to this relationship, okay? So yeah, you guys, that's what we have for you. You create your own reality. Always master the elements. You already are, but you are creating and manifesting a lot more than you realize. You have more power to do this than you realize. You are so much bigger and more powerful than you realize. This little person, it's like them and all the people and things that you've dealt with in a way. So, you know, you're just a lot more powerful than you realize. Release yourself in a sense. There's a lot of messages that come with this one. A lot. Especially about where you put your time and what it is that your oversoul is really wanting to do, and the illumination of the inner world and the pain and the resentment and the way that things interconnect and the flow. But overall, you're already doing it. You're going to do it. You're doing better than you know. And there's a lot of positive stuff that comes despite this connection, the negatives of this connection. There's also, a lot of things that are a part of your soul plan, essentially. So you guys, you can always email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love. Take care. Hello and welcome, pile 2. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what important relationship is currently affecting your life, even if this is a past relationship, even a past life relationship. But what is currently affecting you? Right away falling out in the lap here. Something that you may not see coming, or something that happens easier than you expect it to, is a kind of full circle completion energy to this, all right, to this dynamic, to whatever this is, whatever this has brought or influenced with. It's an energy of completion of a journey. There's also protection and movement with this. It's very much like a universal journey in a way. What else to say? Clarity about this connection, this relationship. Please and thank you. Clarity about this connection, about this relationship. Please and thank you. In the past, we have 10 of Pentacles in reverse here, or on the feminine or receptive side of things. Basically, the Page of Cups in reverse. So there could have been a lack of optimism because there wasn't an outcome or a feeling of stability or security or a happy family energy to this connection in one way or another. And I feel like this was a disappointment. It was a pause. It was something that I hear cancel. It stopped. This was a letdown in some way or another, or it wasn't what somebody wanted to be here. Somebody could have been closed off as well in the past to making an emotional offer or receiving it. And we see a focus on emotional release and emotional beginnings here, okay? Somebody really wanted to empower themselves here. They wanted to feel a breakthrough around the constraints and the things that they experienced. They maybe wanted to be more emotionally mature and maybe feel like they had more to offer emotionally, more to give, as well as more to receive. And I feel like this is actually a big factor in why things didn't come through in the past the way that somebody wanted them to, okay? I need more clarity about this relationship, this dynamic. It seems like we're focused on the past energy right now. Yeah, so somebody pulled out of a long-term investment or didn't see this as a long-term thing at some point here. Somebody was also tired of a lack of clarity. We see a ton of earth energy. So this is really focused, if it's not on earth energy specifically, like an earth sign, it's really focused on the home, the relationship dynamics, everything that is in the physical realm, your material world, the money, even health, like the structure of our physical body, this was really focused in a physical way and then also in an emotional way, okay? Seeing earth and water here. Pentacles and cups really strongly. Any other clarity about this relationship or this dynamic, especially in the past? Okay, death on its side. So a lot of transformation, kind of, I want to say unsuspecting transformation involved in this connection. So either you don't realize things are moving and transforming, but they are. It could also be the feeling that somebody still holds on and doesn't let go of something entirely here. Or that there's still a bit of like a wavering back and forth or an uncertainty about, does this end, does it stay? Something like this. New opportunities, new beginnings, new physical starts here are showing through. But it also is a feeling that somebody, maybe this person, has been reflecting on the past and trying to understand more of it. And they could have been doing this through a creative way, like doing this in a, by creating to understand it in a way, or through creation, they've understood more of this. I feel like somebody here is evolving, maturing, growing up in a way. And I also feel like somebody here regrets or they think on this. If it's not regret, they think on this past. They feel about this past, okay? I do feel like this past involved you, this journey they've been through. But it's let's just get more about this person. This person is really got to be strong earth energy here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Or they're really focused on their career, their health, their finances, their, job, money, home. Because this is all about building and how many obstacles came in to make building something feel impossible in a way. This person is trying to get themselves into they could be really focused on wealth. They do not want to be in a scarcity energy. They don't want to be in poverty. They don't want to feel left out in the cold either. Some of this is attached to their ego, but some is also that this is the way they work. They want some kind of security here, especially in their finances, and in their, their home and stuff. They want to feel secure. If something feels like it gets in the way or is impossible when it comes to them building up their stuff, their resources, I think that they are going to be really hesitant about it in a way. What else about this person? Please and thank you, Spirit. Clarity about this person, this relationship. Another past energy. This person, Hermit in reverse, they could have been not as social. But also maybe uncommitted to the journey, I hear. It's like if somebody is really consumed in their own bubble, but they're not utilizing their own bubble or balancing it in some ways. Hermit in reverse, it's also Virgo in reverse. And yeah, there's something connected to literally the mother here, protecting family as well, or vice versa. So a connection to family. And there's definitely a void. This person's either learning this, they're going to learn this, but there's a feeling of a bit of a void, just pursuing career and money and everything that they could pursue in the physical, but they're missing something else, a bit. Yes, they've got some of this emotional focus here, which feels more recent, which is a good thing for feeling more whole. But there's just something about this that is not gratifying. Something about their pursuit. Anything else about this person? They don't feel super confident in their passions, in their dreams, in their hopes. They feel still a bit immature in this area, and maybe it's not logical at times. At least that's the energy that shows up here. And they could have projected that onto the dynamic, the connection, onto you. This person doesn't have to wait, but they keep themselves in waiting. Something about them doesn't believe in happily ever after. They could be convinced it's an illusion. They could be scared or afraid of their own success beyond just material matters, okay? This person could be very locked to the material world. But what's weird about this is I also, as we're saying this, it's what we see, but I also feel like they do have like an emotional sense to them, a intuitive sense, even like a spiritual presence. So it's almost counterintuitive to see like so much focus on the pentacles here when they also have this very spiritual energy that is, not just earth based. Okay, so let's clear the board. Thank you. And let's just ask one more about them. Like, how can you identify who this person is? In case you're on the fence of like, who is this person? I don't know if some of you went to the piles in a mindset of like, I have a person in mind, I want to learn about it. Or if some of you went like, I'll try this one and see who comes up. So for those of you who went like wondering who comes up, let's just see if we can get one more like definition of who this is that we're talking about. It's definitely somebody that you've known like from the past, okay? Clarify this, please. Somebody that could have been around when you were more like in a scared place of your life, or feeling helpless or disempowered, or in a lower place in a way, or they were when you were around, or both. You could have met each other in this energy, trying to move out of that even. This is somebody who has been on some kind of journey of empowering themselves. This could have been a big focus about this person. They could have been met with like oppression or a lot of different challenges and obstacles in their life that you know about that they had to come through. Also, I think this person has been really strong because they move ahead a lot. They move forwards a lot even when the path isn't clear. And they do seem to be guided in their heart by this earth energy, this pentacles energy, this very physically focused kind of energy. They do have a real strength about them, and they do have a real intuition about them. This person could be earth and water very strongly. I also see a bit of fire there, but primarily earth and then water, like a water moon or something, or rising. Anything else about this person? But they don't have to be, you guys. That's just a general thing there. Anything else to identify this person? Please and thank you. This person works on their emotions, their emotional clarity. They've had a lot of guidance around their emotional clarity. They might know what they want, They might really know what they want. They're kind of a complicated character to read. They know what they want, but they also struggle. I mean, I guess that's everybody, but hopefully that helps you identify them, okay? So let's go ahead and look at how is this connection affecting you now, okay? Why is it coming up here now? How is it affecting you now? I just saw 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be affecting your happily ever after, your outcomes, your security, your happy family team energy somehow. How is this connection affecting who we're reading for now? Please and thank you. How is it affecting them now? Please and thank you. Okay, this is like we're stopped up or pausing at a new beginning of some kind. Very much focused on a passionate start too. This could either be with a fire sign, literally, our Leo, Aries, Sagittarius people, or we could be talking about feeling stuck at the beginning, feeling like we can't go on the path of our passions because all this other stuff is in our head. Or feeling like we're still lingering with this connection or with something about the energy of this connection, and which stops us from pursuing this passionate beginning or taking action towards a new beginning. How else is this connection affecting them now? Please and thank you. Ace of Cups kind of on its side here. So this is like, we need an emotional release. We need an emotional beginning. But part of us is a bit emotionally unavailable or emotionally distressed, distraught, caught in something to do with this connection still. Okay? The Fool in reverse. So this could be affecting new love for some of you. If it's like that kind of a situation, this could be affecting a new love. If it's not a new love with a person, it could be a new love with a hobby, a passion, a career, a lifestyle, something like this, okay? But the Fool in reverse, you know, this is like the beginning of the journey, the Fool. So it's like when we transcend into the next phase, the next chapter, the next level, whatever, we begin with the Fool. The Fool is also fresh, in love, you know, definitely in love, many times in love, but also can be a bit naive at times too. So it's not all bad that this is, you know, reversed or stopped up or paused, because it is saying that something, you know, has also taught you discernment here, or taught you how to have maybe boundaries, or not to just, you know, blindly fall into something, especially over passion only, you know, without planning or without reason in some ways, or without a logical thing incorporated into it. How else is this connection affecting them now, please and thank you? If this is within the connection as well, this can be like not as much sex, or not a new like joining together if it's that kind of connection. It can also be just not being on the same page as somebody, and not being able to kind of emotionally connect entirely with someone here, and feeling like a little bit of a harsh reality around this person right now, maybe feeling like we're falling out of love, or like we have stuff to release before we can access the feeling of healing, joy, bliss with this person and connection in that way. We also waver. There's a wavering between feeling like sad, hopeless, reflective on the things that have hurt us, depressed, and also trying to come out of this emotional lack and limitation. We want a new beginning here. We want a fresh start. We want to get rid of the baggage of the past. We want to get rid of the weight of it. But it's like hard. It's hard. And without this release, this Ace of Cups, this overflowing, abundant emotional beginning and release, it's like there's still stuff that has to come out, essentially. There's still stuff that needs to be released, essentially, that hasn't been on an emotional level about this connection, okay? Why is this here? This is something that's a bit manipulative at times, even deceptive. It's like not using powers for good, but for self-gain in a way. In the past, this could be connected to this person. It could be where optimism had diminished quite a bit, and where you never got the Ace of Pentacles. There's so many reversals. Ace of Cups is almost reversed. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, all reversed. And we've got a card way out here in the past. Here. Justice in reverse. There was a lot that was a little toxic or out of balance about this connection in some way. This also paused some things, because Ace of Pentacles is like a physical new beginning. You know, it's even a new beginning with an earth sign, but it's with career, with money, with home, you know. Ace of Cups, it's on the emotional level. And it's also about release, gift, reward, as we read it. And Ace of Wands, this is more of our emotion, our passion, our fire. You know, it's our movement. It's a sensual energy as well sometimes. So seeing all of these reversals related to this connection, it's like this has gotten in the way of new starts for you, or stability even for you, or like going for what it is that you want, or maybe it's even gotten in the way of multiple relationships. But there's something that was really out of balance, unjust, or hidden, not true in this connection in the past. You could have really been dealing with like Virgo. Doesn't have to be, but, and it's like it just is still present. It's still here. It's still affecting everything. It's still sticking with, or it's come back around. If it was gone for a while, it's come back around. How else is this connection affecting them now? Please and thank you. But I also want to say this. You have all this stuff here. It wouldn't even be out here if it wasn't here, like the reversals. Like, you obviously have new beginnings available for you on almost every level. You know, for example, you get a new job closer related to your passions, doing what you love to do, which takes you to a new home in a new place. And whatever you're doing, you're able to release your emotions in it, or you have enough money now to like get a therapist and release your emotions somehow and talk it through. It's like all of this is set to happen. Maybe it's even in, you're even wanting to have or about to have a new relationship or a new level of relationship in this connection. But either way, it's like it's all here. It's just paused right now because there's stuff still from this connection that just isn't sitting right and still bothering you in some way or another. This feels more like advice to me. The advice is to rest, essentially. To rest, to meditate, to free your mind from overthinking whenever possible, to free your mind from thinking about this whenever possible, but instead to meditate and bring clarity and the sunlight into your headspace and kind of clear this area out. This relieves you of a lot of baggage and stress, and you need time, you need rest to process this as we read it, as we see it, okay? And if you are together with this person, you need rest together, in a sense. Any other ways that this is affecting now? If this is affecting them now, any other ways this connection is affecting them now? Please and thank you. This is a good thing because Five of Pentacles in reverse is all about expansion, abundance, coming out of poverty or poverty mindsets, coming out of victim energy, coming out of I've been left out in the cold energy. We're coming into life. Back to, I hear that song, what is it? Back to life, back to reality. Bum, 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 da, da. Right here, there it is. So this is what we're doing, and that is a result in some ways of this connection. This connection has been a help of that. So that is positive. This connection could also help your finances. It could be that you're financially dependent on somebody here too. That is possible. Any other ways this connection is affecting them currently? Please and thank you. This connection could also be giving you room or space somehow, or the energy connected to it, to rest. That could be another way to read that, because I couldn't latch on to it other than advice, but now we see that. Father of Pentacles. If this isn't an earth sign, I don't even know what. Or just somebody that's like super focused on, earth moon, earth rising, earth sun. But this person is like, this could literally be connected to the father energy, but it could also be connected to leadership, to security, to somebody who's kind of large and in charge. This is interesting because we see Leo in reverse here with the sun in reverse, which rules Leo. So you could literally be having a pause or a not connecting with a Leo because you're connecting with earth. That's for somebody. Also, this is saying that the lack of clarity, balance, flow, and strength that you feel in your world right now is still connected to outstanding, unresolved energies related to this person and even to the father. Maybe this person is father, who knows? But it's like, but I mean, it's something like around this area, it dances around this area. Because sun in reverse, this is like not just lack of clarity or things that are hidden, it's also can be a sadness, okay? It can also be like, because sun is very happy, it's very active. This can be very like in our sad feels more often, as we would read it here. And same strength in reverse. It's like, we could be feeling vulnerable, weak, but also strength has a lot to do with balance and with the way that we balance the pieces of ourselves, and it's like here with that in reverse, we could be having a hard time finding that balance, finding that peace in ourselves, feeling a little like even dependent on somebody for that. And like you could even be a lion here and they're like, an elk or a deer, but you're feeling like only focused on the fact that they are this deer and not in your lion energy. It could be something like this as well. But I'm definitely getting a lack of clarity here, which is very hurtful or frustrating somehow, and it affects the current. Anything else? Any other ways this connection is affecting them currently? Please and thank you. Okay, let's get some advice. Some advice on how to free yourself from this energy, to move beyond it. I think naturally with the World is the first card that came out. It's already kind of making its own completion. That could even be why it's coming up right now. It could even be why it's more intense right now. Whatever's going on, it's clearly coming up now for a reason, whether it's coming up to be seen or coming up to be purged, you know, maybe both. But it is here and coming up for a reason, okay? I hope the sound stayed on for that. Okay. So any advice for who are reading for in this connection or around this connection, please and thank you. Okay, in the past, you could have not seen how something was detrimental to your health, how an opportunity was toxic, how your optimism made you overlook what was really being offered or what was really here. There could be some self-blame, some self-resentment at the root of this that happened in the past. Let go of this by acknowledging that it was not your fault. That these persons, multiple perhaps actions and behaviors, were not your doing. I hope the sound is not cutting out with that phone call energy. They were not your doing. They were not your fault, okay? People are responsible for their own actions. We can have empathy and compassion for people and know that, yes, maybe we, it takes two to tango, or, maybe we trigger somebody, maybe they've gone through a lot. But it does not mean that what they've done we deserved, or that it is our fault for their actions, okay? The other advice is to build, whether this is in business with this person or a partnership. This is like, if you want and if you have the faith and the hope in something, you can build it, regardless of how big this obstacle looks, regardless of how big this mountain looks here. You can build it if you want to build it, okay? If you want, in the past, maybe you weren't open to opportunity, but it's like, you can be now. If you want, you can build. This is also like for some of you to focus on building your own career, your own financial stability, even if you're dependent on this person or something like this. But to build it in your own way, okay? What is the other advice for this person, especially moving forwards? Please and thank you. The advice for who we're reading for, especially moving forwards. Please and thank you. I feel like this is also not limiting yourself. It's like MSIs, multiple sources of income, or multiple pathways where you are able to achieve physical resources, or your physical goals, whatever the physical focus is for you. It's like, don't limit yourself to just one path or one person when it comes to the physical thing, like with money, even health, home, career, job, any kind of resource, any kind of pentacles energy, okay? Even relationship for somebody. Any other advice for this person moving forwards? Please and thank you. I hear it's not as hopeless as it seems. Also, you're far greater than you seem. Not everything may seem as hopeless, you know. It may not be as, it may not be as hopeless as it seems. This is normally where we walk away from something and walk towards something else, but it's reversed. So the advice is not necessarily to run away, even to walk away from something. More to face it with love and not limit yourself. There's a lot of threes here. Threes to me is can be about not limiting ourselves to just one or two. Especially the Empress. She's very, very in her compassion and in her love, but she's also that large and in charge energy in her own way. You know, she's definitely has many branches she grows from herself here. Maybe she has an amazing career, amazing social life, and an amazing partner. You know, maybe she doesn't right now, but she stays in her power. She builds her power. She doesn't need to necessarily walk away from, abandon things. She attracts, you know, she really attracts. So there's kind of this feeling of you don't necessarily need to do something. Building your own world, or even with this person, is still something that is on the table, especially if you forgive yourself or let go of things around yourself from the past energy here that you may hold. Anything else, please and thank you. Any other advice for this person we're reading for, especially moving forwards? Kind of is let this connection, whatever has gone down, let it empower you, because you have the power to do this. Sometimes it's about seeing things differently and just building and working with what we have. If this is something that is becoming if it's a dangerous thing or something like this, the advice here is never meant to promote harm or anything that is harmful, okay? It's always kind of an energy of love here, you know, love. But there are, because we see conflicts here. This is almost don't be afraid of conflict, within reason, okay? Within reason always. Justifying something that is toxic to your health or your physical world or your well-being probably isn't the best idea. It's important to, if you're going to stay in something like that, it's really important to acknowledge at least what's going down. And maybe don't isolate yourself, because that kind of stuff is tricky and complicated, I know, but the Five of Wands here is a lot about restricted movement, restricted action, feeling limited, confusion, chaos, arguments, just conflict, okay? It's coming out in your advice sector. So for one, it's acknowledge and recognize the conflict. It may even be an opportunity for you to face conflict head on. Maybe you have something around this. But also, don't be afraid of it or what it means or implies. All shall be revealed is what I hear. Any other advice? Please and thank you. And also this can be don't be afraid to rock the boat, Don't be afraid to voice your opinions. If you are, that says something about your connections and whatever you're in. If you being who you are or sharing your opinions or feelings causes conflict or even doing what you want to do, that says a lot. Mother of Swords in reverse. This is kind of not being too logical, harsh, or cold moving ahead. But this is like setting down burden, setting down resentment, setting down the fight of hard work, of even trying to be away or conceal or do. It's like set it down. Set down the burden, set down the hard work. You don't need to move things at a certain tempo. They're going to move at their pace, and it's going to align to where you're at. Okay? So the more you work on you, the more this aligns. The sun in reverse as advice. It's interesting, the advice is really aligned to the intensity of the situation. Maybe there's something in this intensity, in this kind of abyss energy, that is a real teaching moment or stepping stone for you. Maybe this is where you find it in a way, because sometimes it is there that we overcome and that we find, discover, and are able to then integrate. The sun in reverse, again, this is like not illuminating something, not trying to make everything all good and happy, holly jolly, like to just kind of be. I see a lot about you working on your finances. Maybe that's part of what this person is here for, is to help you structure your finances, and your, or this connection has somehow affected your focus to where it's like focusing on creating that stability for yourself in a way. Not being too attached to what you've invested in long term. Bringing things out of hiding. Bringing things out of secret here. But what things? That you don't want to work on something or build something, actually. That you don't feel it, that you don't have the energy, that something is so far out of balance that you're in resistance to it. Why this is advice, please and thank you. You don't have to offer anybody your heart right now, your emotions right now. You don't owe that to anybody. You don't even owe an explanation to anybody. The thing is you're getting higher knowledge in about this. You're getting downloads. Part of you knows you're moving into something different. And I would say, listen to the information that comes in. Don't rush or force anything here. The best thing you can do is acknowledge what you feel, what you're going through truthfully. And if it takes some work, it takes some work. Sometimes it really does, to get to the bottom of things, to get to our truth. But do know that you're in a stronger position than you recognize right now. And what you're moving into is the energy of full circle and completion of something here. Of a cycle, of a karma thing even, of a journey, a chapter, a level of your existence here. And this is the level. This could be, again, I got this in the last one, but 10, 12 years, like this is the level. So Father of Cups is an extremely generous, sometimes misunderstood energy, very emotionally mature, very stable. Primarily, it is the water energies, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but this can be anybody, though I feel this is you becoming, in a way, you becoming. You're in a transformation process. It's up to you in a way to stay true to yourself in this process. And if this connection tests you, or if this connection has brought a lot of different things to you that are challenging, but also beneficial, whatever it is, the mix of things, in the end, that is a good thing. It is a positive thing. It is here in alignment with your intentions. It is here to help you grow, to help you see. And if you see it this way, you're viewing it from a very trusting, faithful, self-loving place, and that will only grow. The more we view things this way, the more we grow that part of our perspective. And it doesn't mean we don't acknowledge when things hurt, when they suck, when people are wrong, when things are bad. It's nothing like that. It just means that we put some trust in the grand design, and we believe in ourselves enough, or we find that belief in ourselves enough to kind of understand that it starts within. Maybe sometimes we have to deconstruct and reprogram our mindset, the way that we think, our viewpoints, so that we can actually access different levels and be magnetized to different things if we're not liking what we're magnetized to now. But either way, this connection is a part of a grow up, glow up, transformational process in your world. And like most things, honoring yourself is super important here. And I also feel that if you want this connection, if it's the kind of connection where you're like wanting it to still work or wanting to find resolve in it, that you actually can. If they want it to still work, what should they do? If they want to be with this person or be connected to this person, they want it to still work, what should they do? Yeah, everything that's already listed here. This is kind of a universal advice. But yeah, you should work on your own balance. Also make some movement in your own world with home, finances, career, something, health, whatever it is for you. Work on your becoming. Balance, find balance in yourself first, and wait. Just wait while you find balance. And if this person wants to move on from this connection entirely, they want to go away from it completely and be done with it to complete this connection. We've got to stop focusing our mind on it and on things that give us anxiety. How do they stop focusing on these things? By stop putting expectation on an outcome of what something is supposed to be, or who somebody is supposed to be, or how you want something to go, how you meet something and you immediately think of the outcome, the end goal, the end result, the label that this person could be in your life. Like, it's like, no, like stop focusing on the end, even stop focusing on just like getting ahead of ourselves in a way. This is going to take away a lot of the anxieties and fears because it takes away a lot of the expectation of the result in a way. This is like, let the journey unfold as it will. Practice and implement your boundaries. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. And this can literally be to be more social or to cut this person out if they're a Virgo energy. But don't isolate yourself, so that you have a lot of time to be in your head all crazy. Okay? Not all crazy like you're crazy. I mean up in the head so much that we start to feel crazy, because I know exactly what that feels like. So yeah. All right, you guys. That's what we have for you. I really hope it resonated. If you want a personal reading to go more in depth, please email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love. You got this. Take care. Hello and welcome, Pile 3. Okay, hope you guys are doing well. Amethyst, definitely an energy of, it's the crown chakra. It's a spiritual what's the word I'm looking for? Like it can bring information in, okay? And through. So there could be something spiritual and deep about this connection. This connection can be past life or present. I thought, okay, some of you could come here already having somebody in mind. Some of you could come here wanting to know who this is, like what this is, this connection or this person that's still affecting you or is affecting you now is. So we'll try to get some clarification, especially for those who came not knowing who this person is, but just wondering what connection is affecting you now. There could be some miscommunication or some incompatibility in this connection for some. So Spirit, please give clarity on this connection, on this relationship, this connection. What is the energy of this? Please and thank you. What is the energy of this? Okay. So we definitely could be dealing with a connection that helped you awaken. in life, or has helped you to understand more things. It could have been very challenging because all changes and transitions are. It is also Scorpio energy, but it's very much a feeling death and rebirth. I mean, it could also have to do with past life connection, parents, people that are just really cosmic kind of people here. Could even be a connection of somebody who is on the spirit side. What else about this connection? There could have been multiple energies here, but Three of Pentacles is also about building in a very stable way, even a career sense. There could be something about career in this person, about work in this person, like connecting the two of you. I don't love this card when I see it. It's like I see it as he's flirting with this girl, and this is your energy in some ways. But it doesn't have to literally mean that, but there's something about building. It's like, I get that she doesn't like the role. Somebody doesn't like the role they were cast in here. This could also be family energy for some. I see siblings here as well. And this could have been something that was invested in a long time, and then the investment was ended, stopped, paused, pull out, uncertainty. We do also see movement towards love involved in this connection. Movement towards passions, even performance, okay? So there could have been some real fire energy, Leo energy, determination. I'm seeing a lot of fire and earth right away, even though we do have the water there with death and rebirth. And I like to see Seven of Swords in reverse because it does say there was something honest or had integrity about this connection. Yeah, in the past, the Sun. This could have brought a lot of happiness, actually, a lot of clarity in, even. This could have reignited something for some of you. I feel stage performance for some of you in this card. Leo energy there. This connection could have even helped you get over heartbreak, or you could have gotten over the heartbreak from this connection. There could have been a focus on transmutation, receiving, giving, and also divine timing around this. You may have been able to overcome some of your shadows and get balance and truth from this connection or in relation, to move forwards in a very clear way, to wake up sleeping passions. Though I kind of feel here something about this this is like a sleeping passion energy. It's also like Three of Wands can be like, I'm considering my options of happiness in this life. I'm considering what passions I want to explore and which way I want to explore them. Do I want to go for it all? It's like a feeling of freedom a bit. An Ace of Wands too, it's like the beginning of a passion. It's the beginning of, fire energy or something we really love to do, want to do. It can also be very sensual energy. Literally could be fire energy as well. So something about this connection could have paused or stopped something with fire energy, like a fire sign, or it could be that something about this didn't wake up the passion in you in a certain way, didn't access that part of you. Maybe this is just simply not a sexual connection at all. It's, familial or something, or it could have limited you or restricted you or just not activated that part of you. This might have been more focused on activating other parts of you. When we saw the Six of Wands here, this is like moving towards passion in a way. It's making a love offer. It's moving towards what we love to do. Even like getting back to like stage performance, there's protection here. But here it's like we're doing something in a more limited way, or there's not a sexual energy involved. Okay, so let's get a little more on that. About this connection, please, and thank you. A little bit more on that, around this connection. Yeah, it's like you stopped waiting on something and you were able to release stuff and start fresh. That's very interesting. Why the Three of Wands in reverse? Please and thank you. I hear you're not there yet. There's some kind of a revelation or a change in the way you operate that comes in the future, but it's slow moving to come in. Right now, I feel like you're dealing more in a logical type of energy, earth, air, or with for this person, even though we see the fire there, the love, the passion, the movement. But in the future, there's a real scorpionic or emotionally mature or very fiery, passionate energy here. If this is a rebirth in this connection or an entirely new one altogether, I'm not certain. So let's clear the board. We're going to actually try to get more information about the person themselves. Okay, so let's see if we can get more about who this is, especially for those of you who came here without a person in mind. But even then, please tell me about this person. Spirit, tell us about this person, please. Please tell us about this person. This person currently affecting them. Nice. So there is earth energy. This is somebody who is a builder. They have a certain sense of determination, maybe a good work ethic. They could have a broad shoulders, broad back. This person could do spiritual work, spiritual practices. They could be really good at building things, building relationship, building money, building their own business, working on and building. So a lot of earth energy there, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Also Scorpio. And our air energies as well. But it doesn't have to be these energies, okay? Because we do see everything. I mean, we've got our water, air, even in our fire up here. We've got a lot. Pentacles is an earth energy. It is a focus on the physical. What else can you say about this person? Please and thank you. Okay, this person could have been overwhelmed at times, manipulative, dealt with or been in a position of betrayal, wanted to be the winner at all costs in some ways. They could have literally gotten headaches or migraines. They could have been overwhelmed by mental limitations and blocks at times. This is our air signs here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and also Scorpio again. So they may have a Scorpio influence that's pretty strong in their chart. What else can you say about this person? I think this person wants something that is stable. They don't just want a romance without stability or planning, if it's that kind of a connection. Or it could be that they never made an offer of romance. Maybe they were more focused on business or something else. This person could also just not be very romantic, and they could be more practical at times. Yeah, this person may lack ideas or inspiration at times as well. Even if they're really good at the business end of things or structuring, you may actually have had a part in inspiring them, depending on the dynamic. And it seems that there's definitely stuff in the childhood, in the past here, around children or siblings especially. I could have literally had a dog, but around emotional things to do with love, where we're a little bit closed to giving or receiving, or even both. We're a little closed off, guarded, because maybe it meant something, or it was attached or associated to something that was really negative in the past. But this can be about healing or resistance to healing as well. We see this person has put their heart back together many times. They've mended it many times. There could have been 2 significant losses that just tore them apart. 2 significant relationships that just tore them apart. Especially. More, but especially 2. And they could be trying to get through that, to get over that, to heal. from those disappointments right now, okay? Maybe they never had the chance to heal with something in their childhood yet. There's a real heavy sense of stuff they've been through here. Anything else about this person? Please and thank you. I hear the word alignment. This person may be closed off to exploring what makes them happy in an open and free way, at times. They may not feel that spark, that inspiration, that where do I want to go? What do I want to... This could be buried within them, hidden within them, in their deep subconscious, even in sadness. There's a divide between parts of themselves here, and a lot in that divide. These parts feel lonely. They want to come together. But there's a lot of release that needs to happen here for this person for that to be. Whatever the moon sign is of this person as well, they could sink quite deeply into that at times. And this is our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the moon. Things could feel a bit out of balance for this person. There could be a lot of resistance. And they may be having a hard time making movement that they want to make. Anything else about this person? This person has been defeated more times than one, many times. Sometimes that energy comes back from the past, that defeat, but they always bring themselves to life again. And I think this person wants expression of their truth, wants to be free, wants truth. I mean, who doesn't in many ways? But at times they may not know how with everything they have here to process. So what do? They build. They work on, they build, they pour themselves into things. Maybe this is meditation or Zen for them. They do what they can do in the physical world. And honestly, that's a pretty good system in many ways. Though there are some things. It's like they want to just feel alive, feel passion, feel like they're, marching to the beat of their own drum. They do want to build with a team or camaraderie. There could be like a desire towards polyamory, but I don't know if it's that kind of a reading. And I don't think it's one-sided if it is there. Like a polyamorous relationship. But this could also be more about work. Strong earth energy. Creative earth energy. Very lone wolf energy coming through as well. And in the past, they could have dealt with some really hard restrictions in their physical world. Even if it wasn't money, it could have been being victimized or feeling like totally alone and isolated and left out of something. They may have not even been able to pick their head up to see how they could get out of a situation or get into more of an abundant mindset or place of being. They've really gone through some hard shit, okay? Doesn't justify, stuff. It's just to acknowledge that they have. But this person, they want to be in this more youthful energy. They want to be in this, I've released things. I'm finding happiness and passion and freedom again and expression. For some, they could want to change something about themselves as well. They could want to be in more of a fire energy than earth, and maybe even some of them are unlocked or activated by a fire energy in some way. So let's go ahead and see how this connection is currently affecting you. Why it's coming up here. How is this connection currently affecting who we're reading for? Please and thank you. And remember, this is going to look a little different for everybody because it is a collective kind of energy here. You already know that, but just a reminder. How is this connection currently affecting who we're reading for? Thank you. Wow. Positive stuff here. This is more of a positive connection. Even though I feel like there's been challenges and hard stuff. The Fool, it's really like, besides the standard, like, being in love and being a bit naive about being in love and even like, careless at times because we're just, it's the beginning of the new journey, the new chapter, the new level. With the Lovers, that is like new love. It is like being in love. We've got Sagittarius energy here, fire energy coming through really strongly. But in general, major arcanas, it's not really so much about the astrological correspondence in relation to people's signs. It's more the influence. The fire is the passion and the sensuality and the connection. So something about this connection could be ushering in new love, or there could be new love because of this connection, in this connection, something like this. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Why? Because that's like the pause or the destruction of, even like the rejection of a new beginning around like career, home, finances, relationships, something like this. So this could literally be that you didn't move forwards with a project or with an earth energy because something was too emotionally unclear or confusing. Yet still, you have here new love. You have here being in love. Even if, you have here an energy of healing. There's the amethyst as well. And this is also like divine timing and like the weight is up energy. Again, it's that transmutation as well, that giving and receiving. Knight of Swords. Somebody is kind of fighting the past here, or running towards the past, or trying to. I see a lot of Sagittarius energy. How else is this relationship, this connection, currently affecting this person? I like the way it's affecting you. This is like, especially with this deck, I see less game playing, less being overruled, like more freedom. There is a sense of freedom as a result of what you've gone through. And there it is again. You moving towards what you love in a way. Or even displaying your passions. Maybe you're sharing stuff now on social media or feeling more encouraged or moving towards who you love. And you've got protection here. Maybe you're performing on stage. Your passions are protected here. This is making movement. This connection is affecting you in a way that makes you move forwards, even if everything isn't perfectly clear. This is confidence. Something about this has re-inspired or inspired confidence in you. A sense of victory, a sense of even faith, like I'm just going to plunge forwards. And even integration between the two parts of yourself, or splitting between the two parts of yourself, either or. How else is this connection currently affecting who we're reading for? I feel like you're on the rebirth side. The fresh feeling, the beginnings feeling. This could make you redefine your emotional goals. Also help you take your time. Help you process endings, death, change, transition. Help you feel more stable about it. And it could also be affecting some kind of a transformation and a dream that you have. Could be affecting your manifestations, what you consider it means to have integrity and what that looks like for you. And your balance and your truth as well. This connection brings a lot to you when it comes to many things, actually. I don't know the nature of this connection exactly. There could be two people here. But I also feel for some of you, it could be this person, and this could be more of a partner for you. Not all of the piles read this way, but this one could be a partner for some of you. And you may be able to have more with this partner than you first bargained for. But I do get the feeling of some sacrifice here. Somebody can be a bit temperamental here, have a temper. There's our fire energy again, our Aries, especially Leo, Sagittarius. Leo and Sagittarius show through stronger than Aries. This can make you question some of your spirituality or higher knowledge or guidance as well. But we are, with the Wheel of Fortune, that is an energy of completing karma, completing cycles, karmic cycles, being in flow with the universe. So something about this could have helped break you into flow with the universe. Seeing a lot of tens as well. Something about this connection could be a part of a completion in your life that is very powerful and profound, perhaps stretching across many existences or lifetimes. There's a smile on the face often here that I have to take note of, like regardless of the cards, even like smile in relief, smile in relief here. Fool, she's not smiling, but she feels like she's smiling. The Chariot looks like he's smiling. So there's something about this that could just simply make you smile, this connection. I feel like there's something again about this, the very first message, that is awakening. Because even the way that this smile is, it's a feeling of awakening, of understanding, of knowing, of being free of something, of recognizing. And when we say that this connection helps you to reach this, it doesn't mean it's based on this connection or this person. And it also doesn't mean that you reached this phase through only happiness. In fact, maybe the opposite. At times this could have been an extremely challenging connection. But it's led you, in a way, to see. And weirdly, that is the way things work sometimes. We go through really hard situations and we fight and we resist them. But it is these very situations that actually are messengers and help us wake up, in a way. This is about truth, things that come back from the past. This is also in this expression of the soul, of self, a release of the self as well. There could be some kind of consideration on, do we want to join finances with this energy or join business with this energy? Resistance, uncertainty about healing, saying no way to joining something, a creative project or money or something in the physical, but still contemplating the healing, contemplating if we want to express or be back in terms with this, or back in terms with a certain kind of energy. Even if it's not this person, it could be a similar energy. We're done waiting on something here. Why this? And I do feel like we're not sure, we're not certain of a lot here. Where this will go, how it can grow, if somebody means what they say even, of our own internal feelings and emotions. So it's like we're not wanting to wait on anything anymore, especially when it comes to our passions. Yet we're also not making full movement yet because we don't totally feel that sense of balance between the two. Even between spirit and physical, or maybe this person doesn't have that. Again, in the past, this person brought sun to you. This has come out twice now. So this person brought happiness or helped you find happiness and illumination, freedom and clarity. And it's continued on. Any other ways this connection is currently affecting them, please and thank you. Okay, let's clear this pile. I just want to get, even though I think it's kind of like the sun is a big part of this, showing you different things, I would like to just get one card, if it will come out with just one, on the overall thing right now. Like the overall biggest way that this connection affects you now. So what is the most prominent way that this connection affects them now? Please and thank you. What is the most prominent way that this connection affects them now? Please and thank you. Nice, nice. This is a really good energy. Let's just get one more on this. This is the most prominent thing it affects right now is your confidence, and in a positive way. For some, I feel like that's like crazy to believe for some reason, but it is like how it is. For some reason, it is. It's like leadership. It's like confidence towards your passions. It's like confidence in your knowing. It's like you in your energy, maybe even more in your masculine energy at times. It's like you going ahead, moving forwards, even when you don't totally know the outcome, like you've got that faith, you're going ahead, okay? I do see some hesitation or resistance around emotional offers or optimism around them, either giving or receiving, okay? Not really wanting to take in fresh emotional offers as well or offer them up. Very focused and determined on our own movement in some ways at this time. And this connection is very interwoven with that energy that you find yourself in or will soon find yourself in, okay? All right, any last thing to say about that? And then we're just going to get some advice. The freedom, the completion here of something karmatic, of things being left to chance, this is a real relief that comes in very soon. This is like a real breakthrough. You may make a breakthrough creatively. You may feel the universe more in your favor as you give this faith and this confidence, so too you get it back. This is a relief from confusion, chaos, arguments, not, everybody disagreeing about which way to go and just not being able to see your way ahead. Even a bunch of shitty people, just not shitty people, but shitty things done by people. Okay, let's put it that way. It's kind of the ending of that. It's part of that ending of the cycle. It's like by trusting in the lack of clarity, you then get clarity in a way. It's really interesting. So what is the advice for the person we're reading for around this connection or in relation to this connection? What is the advice for the person we're reading for in relation to this connection, please and thank you? This came out in the past. Let me just clarify it before I talk about it. What would you have to say on this? Yeah, coming out in the past, it means it's time to move on from this. So this is moving, it's being smart. It's having boundaries, not overspending, not making sudden moves or changes where they're not necessary, because you got to focus on you right now and do your thing. But it's also leaving a really clinging to comfort's energy in the past. Like, I need to hold on to this because it's what I know. I need to hold on to this because more might not come. I need to hold this because I'm afraid that there won't be another chance or another thing. Like, it's kind of leaving that energy in the past and moving on and up, because we're making a slow transition into Empress energy. And the Empress really understands and recognizes that she has a mother load of ideas, infinite ideas. She's just full of ideas. She's full of creativity. She's full of love. She's full of compassion. She is the universe. The universe is her. She is Mother Earth. Mother Earth is her. No gender here, just saying the Empress is fully aware. She's even aware of the moon cycles and how they affect her body because she's made up of so much water, right? Oh, nice. So yeah, this is very much about allow this transition to take place. Of course, it's uncomfortable at times to let go of comforts. And this doesn't mean you hurt yourself, but it just means like to slowly release our grip from what we know and what we think we have to stay in because we don't believe that there will be more. And in a way, it's what you're already doing. So this advice is like really in line with what you already are doing and have been doing. That's also why it could have come out in the past, because it's like, yeah, but you've already been doing this, you know, and it's working. It's working. Also, if it's you clinging to this person, just know that you don't need to. Okay? You don't need to. If you want to, another story, but you don't need to, because there will be others. Okay? What else is the advice for this person that we're reading for around this connection? Please and thank you. Again, in the past, the moon, very internal energy, you know, even sinking into sadness, things that are hidden. Can you clarify that? Why that's advice? Please and thank you. And why it's in the past. Something about this is like about sinking into your emotions in a way. Because now it's like, hey, you've done this. You've sunk into your emotions. You've sunk into the divide. But now there's some kind of a breakthrough. And there's a sort of logical energy available here that is both spiritual and logical, that is bringing in a new beginning with it. Through movement, creativity, through the pentacle and air energy is here. The physical, doing things in the physical. Even expressing your grief, expressing your sorrows, expressing this world, but expressing it. This is like body, dance, creativity, something with the heart. It's a logical way to deal with these emotions. You've experienced sinking beneath them. Now let's do something with them. It's kind of that energy. There is an illumination, an idea, an understanding. You've revealed something in your mindset, in your mind space. You're evolving. You've evolved. You've grown. So instead of feeling bored or like, you know, nothing is here, there's no opportunity, I'm just beneath all of this energy and feelings and stuff and this divide. It's like you have the energy now. You have the strength to come out of this, pull out of this, and do your thing. And I really feel a lot of it's very creative. You've gotten a good idea here too. And especially with Six of Wands, I mean, this is about moving towards love. So it's like if you love somebody or something, move towards it. You know, you're going to be recognized for it. You have protection around this passion. But it's also like saying, like, be seen, share your stuff, share your creation, share your story, share your thing, whatever it is for you, share it. Because people, they get something out of it. I mean, she's on a stage. She's in the lights here. She's revealing this, showing this thing. And it doesn't define her. It's next to her. But she's, you know, it's on display in a way. And she's also, you know, for some, this could also be that she's dating. You know, she wants to go and explore other people. Something like this. But she's moving, she's taking the action to do it. And a lot of this is about taking the action, you know, choosing the new beginning, trusting the idea that's coming, starting to build that belief back up with the self. Being in a role of leadership, being in a role of, I can do this. For some, it's even like entrepreneurship or, you know, just doing your thing here. And channeling as well some of that energy, that aggression, that intensity, channeling it. Any other advice for this person around this connection, please and thank you. again in the past. So this is either affirming stuff you've already been doing, or it's stuff you've kind of abandoned in the past and need to pick back up. But I really feel like this is affirming things you've already been doing. This is you've been working on your self-worth, essentially. Working on reminding yourself you're not helpless, working on your confidence, working on your feeling like you're in control of things to a healthy, degree. This is you working on many things, but really just working on feeling that sense of empowerment, essentially, rather than disempowerment or helplessness. This is something not to lose sight of and not to take for granted. It is important to keep this going and rolling. Yeah, your advice is also, which is something you've already been doing as well, rest, meditate, form yourself back together. Be grateful and thankful for what you have. If you have a place to lay your head at night, be grateful for it, even if not everything else is present. You've been through a journey. You can still smile through a lot. And there's something about the smile that's so important here. There's so much about smiling, okay? Smile to yourself whenever you can, even if it feels silly or forced at first. Sometimes smiling is really important, laughing, smiling. And this Knight of Wands as well, it's like so much, like there's a freedom aspect to this. There's, again, dancing to the beat of the own drum, and there's a real power in this. I got the power comes into my head. Maybe you need to listen to that song and just jam out while you smile to that. Just dance and smile the whole song. It might work. So yeah, that's your advice. Again, you're already doing a lot of this. The way it's coming out, I just feel like you're already doing this. But again, the Chariot, moving forwards here, moving ahead. Even when we can't see perfectly, we're confident, victorious. We go into our confidence. We believe in ourselves. We believe in the universe. We believe. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. But don't jump, not like that. But just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all this energy. And also this, it's like, don't literally try to fly was the point of saying that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like this feeling. This, I feel like the word with this is allow. Through balance, you can allow yourself to feel the real freedom and balance that comes from achieving the completion of karmatic cycles. This is a real pivotal moment, and it is connected in a way to Leo, Virgo, Libra area, but it's everything. But it's very recommended and good to revel and enjoy. And what is she doing again? Smiling. To revel in and enjoy this feeling when it arises of, oh my gosh, I finally have relief, or see, or feel like this is like something has really changed here. Like, to really revel in this feeling is super recommended. To play with the energy of it even, okay? So there's something really connected to creativity as well. Again, creative expression, creativity, and completion of karmatic cycles, the universe being in flow and in favor to you and supporting you, and also your money being well, okay? It's a good bet to bet on yourself. It's a good gamble to gamble on your creativity, okay? So you guys, that's what we have for you. You can always email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love. Take care. Hello and welcome, Pile 4. Hope you guys are doing well. So let's see what your messages are around this connection or relationship that is currently affecting your life. Some of you might already have the person in mind. Some of you may not know who this is and are here to find out. So we'll try to cater to both sides of the coin there. I do say the quartz is an enhancer, kind of an enhancer of communication, thought. You can program quartz So there could be something about fluid energy here. And then we've got the purple, which is correlated to spirit, crown chakra, regality, Leo. So right away we're picking up on our water energies, our air energies, as well as our Leo people. But, you know, any sign here. So let's get some information about this connection, some clarity about what connection we are talking about that is currently affecting you. And this can be a past life connection. This can be a connection that's been around for ages, you know. This can be a connection that is, you don't even know is affecting you or is current. So we see some kind of fast moving energy around this, and we see a very spiritual relationship here going on or showing up in this connection. This could be somebody that you have made literal achievements with or dealt with in your home, your foundations, family even. This can be somebody that you're married to, have a commitment to, a contract to, or you could have very quickly gotten into a situation like this with somebody. Maybe this is like you have a child and they support you, or they, you know, maybe this is like a remarried thing. Anything else about this connection, please and thank you. Could also just represent that there's a lot of stability in this connection. I do also see earth energy around this person. Nice, new beginning. So in the past, you could have had a new beginning with this person. You could have went from one thing to another, like a one relationship, right into this one in a way, that remarried energy or something. But there could have been that you were in love with this person at some point, or are. It could have been that new beginning, that full circle energy for you. And you could have went into things really fast in a way and not knowing everything about the situation. I think this person has always been more focused on you than the stability in different things. Like for example, let's say you wanted a stable situation and they just wanted you somehow. However this may apply. Anything else about this connection? And we'll look into this person too. Okay, in the past, some kind of a spiritual awakening here. This person could have had a wake-up call. They could have been a very powerful or potent manifester, and you also could have manifested this presence into your life, into your world. Though I think you could have gotten more than you bargained for, or it wasn't all that you bargained for. There's something about it here that was, I hear devastating, but that may not be for everyone, but something that was either like shocking, unexpected, or different. Yeah, different than, there was more beneath the surface perhaps. Also in the past, patience and planning. Wow, and destiny, okay. So this is a very fated connection. Though this person I feel is more in this patience planning energy, or was. And you are more in like the energy of this is meant to be. And they're like, yeah, it's meant to be because I made it to be. That won't be for everyone either. Let's try to get some more information. I actually kind of want to see more about this person and what they're about, okay? This person has helped you complete something, maybe even rise out of envy or jealousy or insecurity. They've helped you get into your heart center. You've helped you get into your heart center, but this is reflected in this connection. There's a lot of compassion that you've poured into this connection as well. Spirit, can you tell us more about this person? Please and thank you. Who is this person? Who is this person that they were dealing with or are connected to here? Who is this person? Please and thank you. Wow. So this could be somebody who's very stable, who you have a home with, a life with. Somebody you're connected to through beginnings or even physical means. So like you could work with this person or something. Though I do feel for most of you this is more of a romantic connection. Anything else about this person? This person could be very focused on the physical. There's a lot of earth energy in these piles. This cannot be another earth energy really, can it? Anything else about this person? Please and thank you. Yeah, okay. All beginnings energy. So there's an independence, there's a beginning. They seem to really want beginning with you. They seem to want heart connection, or they've just begun a relationship, a new relationship. This could be earth and water here. Anything else about this person, please and thank you? Okay, yeah, this I understood because I felt the throat here. They could be working on communication. That could be limited for them. Or they could be an excellent communicator and you guys could communicate very well together. Either way, this is a focus. We could have fire and water here, or even earth and water present so far. But these don't have to be signs. They can also be influences. I just felt a sting on my left foot as well. So something about receiving around foundation could be a bit of a challenge, or it could be scary, or could sting in some way. I wonder why. Tell us more about this person, please, and thank you. Okay, strength, power, Leo energy, being in flow, being in balance, kind of a king energy as well. But yeah, power, as it indicates. They could be very two-sided in a way, but they could also have a lot of self-control. They could have wisdom, but also they could be a bit cold sometimes. Nice. There's scorpionic energy, transformation, Cancer as well. This person could have gone through a massive transformation that helped them see a lot through their heart center. They could have also helped put you on this path, or together you could have experienced even like a Kundalini awakening type thing. This feels like someone you love dearly, or did. This person may battle with addictions, dependencies, habits, being bound to certain things. They may even have a bit of a... They want to communicate in love sometimes, but their pride stops them. Something like this. They know that the way is to communicate, but a part of them overrides it and stops it. That could be for those who have a challenge with communication. In the past here as well, this person had this energy of new beginnings, of being in love, and the Fool energy. They may have got taken advantage of that in that energy. And as we see here, they had to move on from something. This could have been a part of themselves they had to move on from, that could get taken advantage of, and to try to find and restore balance. It could also be things in their past that weighed them down emotionally. But this does indicate a loss or a breakup, or some kind of an ending where I feel like they got burned or they learned a hard lesson. Fortunately, it's like this person is either working on, or this taught them how to come into better balance, and also united them more closely with their spiritual self, because they do have a very spiritual side. Anything else about this person, please and thank you. This person may be a busy mind. They may need a lot to stimulate them or to keep their mind entertained in a way. They could also miss opportunities because they're in an energy of being self-doubt or pessimistic, or rejecting their own communication, even keeping a poor schedule, rejecting the daylight even for somebody. Anything else about this person, Spirit, please and thank you. Yeah, this person, I was just going to say this person has had to do a lot of maturing and growing up. They aren't always the most honest. Clearly, we've got this deception and envy emotionally here. And it's literally directly related to being trapped in fear, yes. Disempowered, feeling trapped in their own mind, feeling helpless, reliving traumas of the past. This is a way for them to regain power and not lose their mind in this cage here, this mental cage. Anything else about this person, please and thank you. The mask could have come off at some point, though. You could have seen that. That is a positive thing, ultimately. Okay, again, past energy. They had to make some big decisions in their life. I mean, who doesn't? But I really feel like they are a romantic at heart. They could have chosen marriage or love at some point instead of their heart or growth when they were still in a place of not being totally clear with themselves, of their truth and things. Again, I feel like this person had like a wife or a relationship or something that burned them at some point. They could be working on releasing some of this heartache and loss and trying to look at the bright side of things, but they are going through the energy of sadness, of grief. They carry this with them. They are a patient person. They do understand how things work and grow. They could be very planning and patient when it comes to you. And again, I'm seeing the mixture of their physical and spiritual side a lot more activated than it used to be. Okay. So let's see how this connection is currently affecting you. Okay. How is this connection currently affecting who we're reading for? Why is it coming up? How is this connection currently affecting who we're reading for, and why is it coming up? Please and thank you. Nice. Okay. Long-term investment energy and also like reward, reaping reward energy. Feeling the payout of a journey of the heart, even of a divide or a pause, balance, but definitely the payout of long-term investment coming through here. There's some kind of illumination as well and healing around the head space. And we're really in our heart energy, which is super strong. How else is this connection affecting who we're reading for now? Please and thank you. I don't know why I just heard the name Bruce or even Brian. Okay, so in the past here, this could have already been affecting you for a time. Beginnings, prosperity begins. So this could be something about your money, your finances, because I'm seeing a lot of focus on that, or just on your material world and your resources, even your physical being supported. Really nice energy. I feel like you are in charge here in a lot of ways, even if you don't always feel that. But this is a real abundant kind of energy. So this could be helping, this connection could be helping to bring abundance into your world, or could have been for a long time, even if it just motivated you or encouraged you to find it in some way or another. But it could literally be with this person. It could even be business partners or doing something together. This is interesting. In the past, on the floor, so something that maybe is a little buried or you're not recognizing in a way, or you've abandoned, is a feeling of victory and success in love energy especially, and in spirit energy especially. That is interesting. So in the past, you could have felt like you were not successful, like you did not have victory around something, and you tried to ignore or avoid this for some reason. You could have also been rejected at some point when you moved towards somebody, or Maybe this connection helped you get back on your feet, or maybe it was this connection that did this. Clarify this, please. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So this is like your belief in yourself. Maybe you didn't really believe in yourself, and this connection came and it either helped you believe in yourself or it gave you what you were looking for, but now you're not sure if you can actually do stuff on your own in a way, or something on your own. You could not believe that you can emotionally fulfill yourself or even physically fulfill yourself in some way. Maybe there's not a lot of faith there in that, in spirit, in your own self. And again, falling on the floor and even under the table in the past. Fulfillment of destiny here. Fulfillment of karma, completion. So there's something about this relationship that brings in the beginnings and the endings in some ways, in a very positive way in many instances, but not the full completion. It's like it's up to you to do this full completion process. It's like you have to go the rest of the way, in a sense, independently. It doesn't mean that you have to be, if you're with this person or something, that it has to be over. It means like just to do something more independently for yourself. This may require you to ground yourself, because this is affecting your stability, your home, your root, your, material world. This connection really affects that. Red is the main color here. And this connection could really affect how you feel you're able to, bring in your own successes, your own emotional independence, to satisfy and fulfill karmic cycles, and also to make your own completions and to be in flow with the universe. Anything else about how this connection is currently affecting who we're reading for? Please and thank you. It's affecting you physically more than anything. The red borders are physical. And then the root chakra. So there could be some kind of this, movement, choices, decisions, not sure what to do. There could be some uncertainty. Where do I go? What do I choose? Could also be just making these choices together, planning them together with somebody. So it could be affecting your world in that way, that it's coming together. I especially feel you contemplating between material and heart. Spirit would always here recommend heart. Even if you notice the green is correlated to fulfillment of wishes, healing, treasure, and in a very independent and wise way. It's also balance between two. There's also a lot of emotional release there. And the red, it is more of a union energy. It's that physical focus. And you do have a lot of material success in this way, or support. But you also have that on the other path, and you are able to do that on your own. Whether you believe it or not, you are able to. Doesn't mean by yourself. It means with your own mind, your own emotional dependency on yourself in a way, and on your, maybe spiritual, solitude. This is confirmed with this hermit energy, the solitude energy. This is you being in your own energy, going into your deep emotions, your subconscious, maybe learning or writing or expressing, but it's definitely you reflecting even on obstacles or barren or harder times, and it's you learning something. This relationship could be giving you a place, a space, a spot to actually take the time to go into yourself here. To rest and rejuvenate, to meditate, to connect with nature and your heart and your deeper emotions, your psyche. This could be giving you somehow support to do this, okay? But it's not that you need support to do this, but it definitely helps you. And to do what? Again, to emotionally, spiritually, and even physically fulfill your own destiny in a way, complete cycle, like lift yourself up, like Phoenix rising energy, something nobody can do for you, and something that you've lost some kind of faith or belief in yourself to do at some point perhaps, or just lost sight of, just abandoned, given up, especially if you have a kid or something, you could have gotten busy, or just life. Yeah. Thing is you're going to want to do this because this is very satisfying and purposeful for you. And right now, you could be feeling more in this discontent and boredom at times because if things are too comfortable, we get complacent in some ways. If it's not exactly this for you, it's that you're missing opportunities because of low self-worth or because you don't believe that you can take them in some way or another. But you absolutely can. You're not dependent or reliant on a connection or a person in your soul ways. Like nobody can own you or make you dependent on them at your core in a way, you know, or you let yourself be in a way. I don't know if we're using the right words. Okay. This is also affecting you, your intuition, your health, your healing, your solar plexus chakra. In what way, I'm not certain. It could be causing you to look for healing, especially with the new beginnings here. We do have that conflict and defeat, this kind of confusion energy here, and also triumphant success. So we could have a bit of a back and forth energy at times emotionally. We could also be seeing progress in our emotional beginnings, in our emotional movement, and also in our communication, in the way that we view things, in the way we communicate. Maybe our communication is starting to make more sense, to make headway. There is a temptation on your end as well. It can also be to not communicate or to ignore or avoid, or it can be a habit, a dependency, an addiction, a binding of some sort. It can even be addicted to love type thing. I hear the song Addicted to Love, the Florence and the Machine cover. But it could also just be bound to a certain limitation in a way, and wanting to put this behind you or set yourself free. How else is this connection currently affecting them? Please and thank you. It is teaching you to communicate more effectively, even if it's been giving you a communication makeover and you've been stumbling or slow to communicate for a while. It's so big on beginnings and endings. It's not even funny. 1-9 is everywhere. 19 is everywhere. Like, this is like beginnings and endings. You could have met this person when you were 19. Doesn't have to be. But, yeah, really beginning and ending energy. Illumination here. This person could really love your body as it is. This is bringing some kind of expansion and hope in as well. This connection is helping you to reach higher and to really connect. Wow. And whether it's this connection or another, this is correlated and connected to you kind of with a soulmate energy and union and harmony, both with yourself and another in that heart space. And that's exactly what the path of the heart space is going to lead you to. If you're not already there, though you may be. But even within the connection, going into the heart space, it's going to lead you to that completion and that harmony. And also doing your own passions, proving to yourself that you can, in fact, achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, even if it is your own balance, stability, and emotional dependent on yourself in a way. You can do this, and you can prove this to yourself, and this can bring more balance into this connection. We see mental conflict here. Decisions, indecision, uncertainty, anger, repressed anger, suppressed anger, untouchable anger by healing at times as well. messes with somebody's head a bit here. I think both of you could be a bit mentally conflicted at times. So let's move into some advice. Thank you. All right. Advice, please and thank you. You know, I just thought to use another deck for advice. You guys will be the only ones we use another deck for, but it popped into my head. So what is the advice, please and thank you? I feel like fresh energy, like new and fresh energy in mediums is a good idea. Okay? That's the feeling here. Okay, why is this here as advice, please and thank you? So 9 of Swords, that's usually about overthinking, anxieties, worries, being trapped in the head, but it can also be the end of nightmares, the end of things. It can be listening to your nightmares as well and what they're saying if you're having nightmares, but it can be the end of like mentality of a certain thing, because 9s are also often endings. Okay, and in the past here, again, another thing that we've kind of let go of for a minute, it's okay. We let go of things sometimes, you know, and then we find them again. But something that we've lost sight of a little bit could be some kind of creativity or emotional expression, or even creative expression, okay? You also could have been at one point communicating things that bothered you, that were in your mind about the past and different things that have happened, especially emotionally. And now you haven't been as much, or haven't made the time or something, and you're more in your head about it. This is asking you in a way to emotionally process and communicate, or even express in a creative way, what it is that haunts you, what it is that ails you, what it is that is weighing heavy on you, or repeatedly coming up in your mind and your emotions, to just really release that stuff through expression or creation. Don't let it just eat you up inside. It's time to kind of process this, clear this out, and try to understand what it's saying. Not to clear it out to get rid of it because, we want it gone. No, like to understand, why is it here? What is it saying? I respect myself enough. I understand the way things work enough to listen to this and what it's really trying to tell me at the core. You don't need to shy away from or avoid conflict or confusion or chaos. If something's going to start an argument, it's going to start an argument. But we also don't need to approach the emotions in this way. Clarify this as advice, please and thank you. It's a balance, It doesn't have to be utter chaos just because we want to express something or approach something that's hard. We can still find a way to kind of organize this in a sense. This is advice to wait. To wait on what? Please and thank you. To wait on moving. To wait on some kind of movement. Somebody could also not be ready to be brought into balance in a certain way. Not ready to flow. Not ready to process the past or to be in their balanced state, their in-between state. Something could be too bipolar or too extremely opposites, too divided here. When should they wait until? Until somebody, you, them, both, have healed, or at least started to address something about childhood when it comes to our emotions connected to people we loved in childhood, like our parents or other people around, and the give and take, the receiving and the giving, and things around this. Can also be siblings and stuff. And what exactly are they waiting for in this advice again? They're waiting for what? You're waiting on what? To make a movement, but what movement, like, towards what? Like a literal move, or... Okay, towards something new, a new idea perhaps. Something that could be uncertain around your finances, or even a financial opportunity. Or something that can feel like a game or a fight about the past. So it could be around this communication, literally. Like this initial advice about the communication, it could be more independent at first, and then you bring it to your partner or this person later, after there's been a process that's taken place. And I think you don't need to like logically decide like, okay, now is a good time, now isn't. Because I think you've been waiting on it a long time, but I feel you will intuitively feel inspired to talk about this and share this in the right context when you guys have like a heart-to-heart or something, okay? Any other advice for this person around this connection, please and thank you. I feel like this connection is active. The other connections I didn't so much. I wasn't sure. Some of them could have been. This one feels active. It feels like you guys have a life now. Or if you don't, this connection is directly related to you having a life now, you know, with somebody or something. Yeah, the other advice is to have a healthy balance between being dependent or, you know, being vulnerable and being attached and connected and committed to this person, and also doing your own life and being, you know, also the opposite in some ways, not committed to this person, but committed to yourself too, you know, and like balancing even like habits and things that you may have that aren't like super productive or the best or something, with things that are very productive and really good for you. You know, it's a balance. So there's a lot about balance in advice here. And this could be to focus on the birthing process, to focus on the beginnings more than the endings right now, or more than the losses right now. So there's a mixture of things, because again, it's a balance. Like there's you dealing with this stuff that ails you, this stuff from the past that's emotionally had you a bit like focused at times in the past, and now could be manifesting as anxieties or nightmares. It's like, yes, deal with this, express it, create with it. Maybe express it to this person or another person when the time feels right in your gut, in your intuition, you know. But also, while you're releasing this, focus on what it is you want to see in a new beginning energy. What is it that you want to feel in this beginning? And also, is there some kind of grief or loss that you are suppressing or ignoring, or trying to ignore? Is there some kind of transformation or transition that you're afraid of? Afraid of because of finances or emotional vulnerabilities? Or are you afraid of your own power? There's something here about looking into yourself, okay? And that was a lot of the advice was similar to like looking at your own world more than the advice like in this connection directly. In the past, we have healing, and it landed near the citrine. Citrine is an awesome stone. It's a positive vibrational stone. You never need to clean it. It just is full of like sunlight in a way. Although this one could maybe use a charge up in the sun. This is like, don't forget your healing work. Don't forget your relationship maintenance if this is like an ongoing relationship. Don't forget about balancing and unifying the parts of yourself as well, the masculine, feminine, the fear, the love, the shadow, the light, like these polarities that are part of each other. Don't forget to balance them out, to bring harmony to them, connection, protection, to recognize that they are one, and to actively be working on this, because this is a root premise of many things in your own world and the combined world here. And I also hear the word coercion for some reason. Or maybe it's cohesive. I hear both, actually. That's interesting. I don't know what coercion means, but I feel like it's a negative word. So this is a new beginning as well. A new offer, a new beginning, a new start. Could be around something, well, anything physical. Money, home, business, job, relationship. even a new kid or something. Excuse me, sorry. Why did you give the word coercion? There is a truth that really needs to be spoken, though. I've had a bit of a catch in my throat for this whole reading, pretty much, like the beginning and now the end. You get the higher knowledge, you get the downloads, you get the wisdom in about exactly what it is that you need to speak through, and also about what is happening behind the scenes. You just have to trust those intuitions, and that can be part of what's going on with your anxieties or your sixth sense or your fears and stuff. While fears can be distorted and they can be irrational, they can also be significant to let us know what's going on inside of ourselves and even in a situation. Any other advice, please, and thank you. Yeah, emotional release, emotional beginnings, emotional expression. My cup is overflowing. My cup is abundant. I am abundant. I am overflowing. I communicate with my heart. I communicate my emotions, I reveal what is hidden inside of me. I don't ignore my intuition, but I listen to it. I heed it. I follow it. I strengthen it. It's this kind of self-affirming energy here with the Ace of Cups and High Priestess in reverse. Operating in a more open way, moving ahead. All right. Going more for the emotions and the hearts rather than the physical and the money or the job is super important. This is something only that can come from you. Like, we can tell you it's important, but it's like if you don't believe it, it's not going to vibrate right for you. But like, find the part of you that knows it's important and work on that part. Like, strengthen that part, lift that part up, because this is the kind of happiness that wants to be in your world. Also, I keep seeing this on the deck. I got to point this because this is like marriage, connection, contracts, union, even union over a distance. It's a really strong energy that we keep seeing. So, all right, you guys, that's what we have for you. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. I really hope it resonated with you. We send you lots of love and gratitude. Thank you so much for being here and receiving this, and best of luck to you. May you be in your heart center, feeling the love. All right, take care.